crypto crashing. Is it over? Is crypto over?
Yeah, is it over?
We've had crypto for over 10 years, 15 years almost. And they've had all this time to prove their worth. A hedge against inflation, a hedge against, the dollar.
Oh, the only thing it's proven to be over those 15 years is a speculative asset.
As we've been saying with AI, the biggest thing is all of that money that otherwise was going into all these useless crypto projects the last few years, all of that money is now shifting to where the action is, which is in AI and robotics.
And prediction markets.
It's a lot more tangible.
You're also taking away people's livelihoods, okay? There's only like 3 jobs left. It's like Uber driver, Polymarket, prediction market better, and email job.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like porn.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, OnlyFans, email job, Polymarket prediction analyst, and maybe those are the 3.
Wow, welcome back, everybody. Hey, right off the tippy top, I am in Mexico City, so I'm
flex.
Yeah, I'm flexing big time.
Are you just in cosmopolitan Mexico City just because you're such a cool guy?
I'm just such a cool guy. I just felt like absconding, but I'm in a hotel room.
Are you location mogging me right now?
I'm location mogging you and spiking your cortisol levels.
Shit.
But
good thing I'm jester maxing.
Yeah, I'm also jester maxing, but don't let those cortisol levels get spiked. So what you'll hear, because my hotel is on a main drag and this is the only place that I can be, I have no way of stopping. You're gonna hear like motorcycles and cars and stuff, so just enjoy it. It's part of the ambiance.
And all this because Ben thought the Super Bowl was in Mexico City this year.
Yeah.
And he got scammed super hard. He apparently paid through like his didn't you pay with ETH tip for these
Ethereum?
tickets? Yeah.
Yeah. So I got scammed. I got scam voided. But so for all of our new viewers and listeners, first of all, welcome. Second, this is highly abnormal. We are usually in the studio together, so bear with us. But we've got a fantastic episode.
Wait, can we tell them why you're there?
Oh yeah, I mean, I got cast in a commercial.
So if you like drinking beer,
yeah,
you might see old Benny Boy in one of your favorite commercials.
Yeah, be on the lookout.
Oh damn, dilly.
So I'll be talking about. I already have an upset tummy.
Oh, dude, this guy's stomach is not built for Mexico. That's for sure.
No, it really isn't. But we'll talk all about that in the bonus episode. BenandEmilShow.com. BenEmil.com.
Anyway, we bought that, so that still works.
That's right. So speaking of, if you haven't seen the new Acid video, go check it out. Leave a comment, subscribe. And the extended version, which is like 3 times as long, is on BenandEmilShow.com with an alternate ending and all sorts of fun stuff. And in this episode, we're going to be talking all about crypto crashing. Is it over? Is crypto over?
Chat, is it over?
Chat, did AI crypto mog, or did AI help me here, Emil? How would you phrase
basically that? AI and prediction markets are bet mogging crypto.
They're bet mogging. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
that sounds about right, actually. So they're bet mogging it, and then we're also talking about 2 of the biggest clowns on Wall Street being down massive amounts of money, and yet they're still holding strong. And then we're going to talk about how AI is also maybe finally actually having a big effect and is killing software. So we'll be talking about that. By the way, I just walked around so long just to try to find Coca-Cola Cero, which is Coca-Cola without sugar, aka Diet Coke.
I have to say,
what?
I'm not a soda guy, but you just flashing that with the full the full Coca-Cola logo. That's so much nicer than just like Diet Coke.
I know. And
That's the
it tastes
cursive. It's
different here.
beautiful.
I had I had Coca-Cola Zero in the glass bottle last night as I was watching the Super Bowl, and it was the best thing I've ever tasted.
Best thing you've ever tasted.
Yes, it was. It was phenomenal. I can't believe it. They really, I mean, Donald Trump could learn a thing or two by just drinking some Diet Coke here
Are you
in
trying to
Mexico.
say? Are you trying to say that America's kind of getting soda mogged?
America is definitely getting soda mugged by Mexico's I don't know what it is. I mean, we surely know it isn't the water because it's dog shit water here. All right. Anyway,
Also, before we get started, I know
mm,
you just did it before we get started. You know what I was thinking about? Because I'm obviously, like many people, probably still neck deep in jmail.world, just going through the most insane emails.
yeah.
Because we were talking a little bit about AI. You know how everyone's always like, what is your deal with AI? Like, why can't you just write your own emails?
Hmm.
You know who actually needs the AI to write their own emails? This is what I thought about billionaire pedophiles. I think if you can't write your own email, you're one of them. This guy could not spell, get his point across correctly. I mean, this it's all over the map. This guy needed
However,
generative AI.
I think he was doing that on purpose to show that whoever he was emailing, it was just he's not writing how you write emails. He wasn't doing hello, comma, indent, And there's god damn it, it's fully infected my brain. He was mogging.
Yeah,
He was
but to be there's a way to do that without. Well, I mean, maybe it's just. I mean, the guy could not spell a single word. There's a way to do that with being able to spell.
he was probably cranking his hog with one hand and riding with the other, or getting massaged and was in the middle of coming.
I'm just saying. I think if you're using generative AI to email, you might be a billionaire pedophile.
Yeah. Well, speaking of billionaire pedophiles, part of the reason why so Bitcoin basically just dropped probably, I mean, from top to bottom a little over 50%, a little over half, just cut in half. Same with Ethereum. And there's a lot of different reasons why, and it's
You
anyone's
know
guess.
who? You know what? No one is bringing up
What?
the fact that in gosh, when was it? Maybe a year ago,
Mhm.
when I was like, I'm buying into Bitcoin. This is the only way we can actually bring this thing down.
Yeah.
1 year later, here we are.
You're right. Nobody
And
has
now
been.
everyone's calling. We might have to put a clip in here. And I'm true to my word here. I've been buying all the way down. I bought in right at 60. I know it's back up to 70 at the time of recording.
Mm.
But I will continue I'll buy all the way down to zero if that's what it takes. I'm ready.
I've actually been buying a ton of this hyper liquid coin, but I'm not gonna shill for that. I'm not gonna pump that bag. Um, but yeah, a lot of people were when we were peak Epstein files coming out a couple weeks ago. Was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago? Week and a half ago? Nobody knows for
Probably about
sure.
a week and a half ago. It was like January 30th, I think.
Yeah. People were losing their minds and drawing connections where there not necessarily were connections as strong as people were alleging. And one of the big ones was Jeffrey Epstein expressed an interest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole. And so that association made everybody collectively on finance Twitter and crypto Twitter just have a meltdown and conclude that, oh, this entire thing has just been a pedophile pedophile scam. Which is certainly, I mean, he did invest in a couple, as we talked about in last week's episode. He invested in a couple things and he was in contact with some of the first developers, but I don't think that by any means was he some kind of grand puppet master architect of crypto as a whole. So that's one of the many reasons why it's dropped.
Yeah, I think it was about 1,500 times that there was like, if you query Bitcoin in the files, you're going to get about like 1,500 returns.
Mm. I mean, it just speaks to Have you been seeing all of the cancer cures and all the cancer cure things going viral on Twitter the last 2 days?
No.
Oh my God. It's like so many blue
From the
check.
Epstein files?
No, no, no. Just I'm speaking to how things lately are being manipulated to go viral and are extremely
Oh,
there have been
brother,
all these.
my only social media right now is Gmail, baby. I'm digging
Oh, nice.
into Sunyi Previn and Jeffrey Epstein's texts together. I'm looking at videos and photos. That's my Instagram now.
Do
Just
you
looking at
remember
Bill
the
Clinton in a hot
Kekius?
tub.
Do you remember the Kekius Maximus Twitter account?
Wasn't that Elon?
No, but it's like associated. He called
Hmm.
himself that, but it's just a big Twitter account and posted, "Oh, as soon as the US exited the WHO, now we have," and it lists like six different cures for, "Oh, we've got a cancer vaccine coming out of Russia. We've got a cure for pancreatic cancer, which is, you know, coming."
Oh, that's the guy in Spain who
Yes,
needs the funding for testing on humans.
right. But there's like six different um headlines that they're touting, and everybody's quote retweeting them and saying like, "Oh my god, what is going on? What is going on?" And you can tell that it's just a coordinated effort to go viral and make money on Twitter. And it's exhausting because I got suckered into it for a brief moment, and then I googled each one of these and there's nothing. Zero. There's
The
nothing.
Spain one is real. The Spain one is real.
Main one is real, but there's zero truth to the other ones where it's like, "Oh,
Oh,
they've
sure.
cured Alzheimer's. They've cured." It's
What does
just
this have
it's
to do with Bitcoin?
I'm just saying that it's another iteration of things spreading on Twitter that are totally so
Oh,
far from
sure.
the truth.
Chubby, chubby,
Do.
do.
Oh,
Oh,
guys, we're talking about chubbies. Chubbies, I love my chubbies. I wear my chubbies shirt when the weather's hot. You can see me wearing it in the Austin video because I knew it was going to be perfect because it's so breathable and just fits so well. Wear constantly wearing the chubby shorts, the trunks.
yeah.
During the
I know it's cold in a lot of the country right now, but I know. Look, it's February. The spring is right around the corner.
Mm,
In LA, I am living in those shorts, but I'll tell you what, the rest of the country, you're gonna want a pair of those shorts for that
oh,
first nice day, for that first day in March when it hits like 55 degrees, but it feels like it's like 75 degrees, and you're
yeah.
just like, you're gonna want the chubbies for those, okay?
You're gonna look good. You're gonna feel good. They're flexible. They're quick drying, especially for the trunks. They're engineered with four-way stretch fabric. Yeah, they've been around for 15 years. So what does that tell you? They've obviously done something right. The original shorts that redefined proper length shorts are back. The same iconic fit, same comfort first design, and the same easygoing vibe that built the brand.
You
Designed
can't
for comfort.
lose. You
You
can't
can't
lose
lose. They're
with these.
designed for comfort, built for stretch, and designed to give you thigh high confidence. With over 2.6 million customers, Chubbies clearly knows how to keep thighs happy and vibes high.
So for a limited time, Chubbies is giving our listeners 20% off with code Ben and Emil at chubbyshorts.com. That's 20% off your order with code Ben and Emil. Give your thighs the VIP treatment they deserve with Chubbies. Support our show and tell them we sent you. That's Ben and Emil, AND in the middle, not an ampersand. Ben and Emil.
But anyway, back to Bitcoin. Uh, AI is I think taking a big chunk out of the popularity of Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff because when you think about it, we've had crypto for over 10 years, 15 years almost. And they've had all this time to prove their worth as uh, a hedge against inflation, a hedge against, the dollar, a protection asset, you name it. And it has gone up, but it has zero utility other than that.
Oh, the only thing it's proven to be over those 15 years is a speculative asset.
Yeah, and
Um,
building shit that nobody needs. Like I remember buying some fucking NFT for some stupid fuck
You bought
game.
an NFT?
Yeah, it was like $1,000 too.
You bought $1,000 NFT?
It was for
How did
some
I?
robot game. They advertised it so well. It was like it's gonna be a we're gonna build a whole video game, and it's gonna have a whole thing. And if you have an NFT, you'll get to play the game. And blah, 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 blah. And I bought one, and immediately, as soon as they released them all, it went from being worth $1,000, at which the point that the price that I bought it, down to like $400. The floor just fell out, and I was like, okay, cool. And that's what a lot of people have been accustomed to, and have been programmed to get used to these last 10 years, is just all of this crap that serves no purpose, has
Oh
no
yeah, and
utility.
the FOMO, whether it was FOMO over Bitcoin of like, dude, get in now because you're gonna regret it when this thing goes to 100K. And you know, a lot of people did regret it when it went to 100K, but then
Yeah,
just also with all of these that spread into everything. I mean, you're talking about the NFTs, and then it was like, well, are you buying digital land right now? Because we've actually created online. We've created online land where we've built in scarcity, and if you're not prospecting out there, pal, you're
yeah.
gonna get left behind. And you're asking, what are you gonna do with these NFTs? Well, you're gonna hang it in the house you built on your digital land, pal. It's like,
What a stupid thing. Even blockchain technology hasn't. Aside from all the speculative asset stuff, you would think that, oh, smart contracts and blockchain is going to revolutionize things like real estate and law. It has done fuck all.
I actually won't buy anything without a smart contract, so that one's real.
Yeah. Even when
No,
you go
I
to
mean
like Best
that's
Buy,
what'd you say?
even when you go to Best Buy, you ask the guy in the blue shirt, like, no, is this on the blockchain? I need you guys to like put it on. You should be able
Yeah.
to. It'll only take like 45 minutes.
I'll spend 3 hours in a Best Buy just buying 4 cables because I need some guy to come out and draft me up a smart contract and mint it on the blockchain.
On the blep. Yeah, these. So
But
because of that,
then, but it feels so silly to say. It's like I've been saying this for years. This is
yeah.
like you know, and I get, well, here's the thing though, where you know we're talking about why this specific one happened. The
Mhm.
answer is people don't exactly know. I think people are kind of throwing out different reasons. But like I think yes, the AI and prediction markets is likely a reason why. I don't know why it would have sparked off because this all happened within so quickly.
Yeah.
Um, I
It
don't
was like a
know.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't know what would have specifically triggered it that
I think it
day.
was the Epstein stuff kind of started the price started weakening. The Epstein stuff came out, and it was like a collective consciousness shift. A lot of long time crypto influencers who were like big trusted names have come out and basically said, fuck this, I'm out of here. This is all just a scam. I've tried. It's all proven to be nothing. Um, you've got the fact that venture capital money has completely dried up, so nobody's funding new projects because
But
everybody knows that it's all meaningless.
not only proving to be nothing, but also like that narrative that they've been trying to sell everyone on is has basically just evaporated, right?
Yeah,
It was supposed to be this like we're the new frontier. We are we're gonna bank people who were locked out of the banking system. We're gonna build the populist digital currency that works for us. Um, and the best they got when Bitcoin was doing its best, it was being touted by this new presidential administration,
yeah,
um, being backed by the Genius Act, and at its best, it just followed the market. Whenever there was market instability, um, you saw people selling off Bitcoin for liquidity, and this thing that was supposed to be a hedge and escape from traditional banking systems
yeah.
disappeared. Where was it?
Instead of a safe haven, it actually ended up proving to be more of a risk asset, which is the
Yeah.
first to go before it usually precludes a big market drop. But so not only everything that you just said, But then you also had a couple of long time old wallets that have been holding Bitcoin for a decade. A few of them liquidated, which doesn't exactly bode well for instilling trust in people. And then the biggest thing, as we've been saying with AI, the biggest thing is all of that money that otherwise was going into all these useless crypto projects the last few years. All of that money is now shifting to where the action is, which is in AI and robotics.
And
Everybody's
prediction markets.
in prediction markets. That's the other. So that's where the investment money is going, AI and robotics. But then the speculators, the young people in particular, are now doing Kalshi and Polymarket in part because they feel like they have more control. They feel like, okay, this is something where I can actually think about, I can use my, let me rephrase. Whereas with like, oh, I'm going to buy ass butt coin, I don't know what's going to happen with ass butt coin. I don't know if they're going to rug me. I don't know if rug pull me. I don't know if the developers are going to disappear and just take millions of dollars that have been purchased here. I don't know if it's a scam.
Spoiler alert, they will.
They will. 99.9% of them have all ended in the same way. Whereas
Also,
with
another one I just want to mention. I
what?
don't know like how much credence there is to it, but another one people are speculating that had something to do with this was the reporting about Kevin Warsh being the next head of the Fed. Some
That's
people,
part of it too.
yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if something like that could trigger something. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say, but he was more of a crypto bull than anything. From what I've read, he's more like neutral to positive about it. Um, but yeah, all these younger people are. It's a lot easier. They feel a lot more in control to speculate on things that they can actually. It's a lot more tangible. Where hey, I can gamble on any outcome, any possible thing. I can use my critical thinking skills and my gut to potentially make money. Whereas, yeah, it's just a sheer roll of the dice with crypto.
Oh, dude,
Well,
why hodl and see if you can hit 100,000 with Bitcoin when you can just find out tonight what color dildo is going to be thrown on the WNBA game?
I forgot about that.
And it's
And
like,
yeah,
well, look, it was pink, so I'm going to be able to pay my rent tonight.
it's in, but just by and large, crypto's entire use case has proved utterly meaningless, and it feels like there's been this great awakening on crypto Twitter, where people are just kind of going, "Wow, yeah, this all feels fucking stupid. I'm pissed off. Um, I feel lied to. It's just been a place for crooks and scammers to come and steal money from people. And
On
then a
that
lot
note,
of them, they're pissed at Trump too. Trump just sold $5 million worth of Bitcoin, and all of
on
these. Go
on
ahead.
that note with the crypto Twitter stuff, I do also feel like that is, and this is not me talking about the reason it crashed. Like, I'm still a little bit confused what started all this, but I think when we're thinking about why this crypto winter is different or this downturn is different, because it is important to point out this has happened before and people have called crypto dead many
Sure.
times. And who knows? I'm sure I've danced on Bitcoin's grave many times, but it does feel different. You're talking about crypto Twitter. Even that feels different. Like there genuinely used to be
Yes.
a like online crypto community that was strong. Much to my chagrin, I found it so annoying. It was like, all the gloating, all the like tea leaf reading of all it takes is
It's
that
math
just
charts. It's math.
right. And even maybe your algorithm is a little different than mine. I'm usually when this kind of stuff happens, I'm usually flooded with that kind of stuff. I really had to seek it out and was going to the crypto subreddits and the Bitcoin subreddits to see what they were saying. And it just does not feel like there's a cohesive online crypto community like there was.
Yeah. And
And I
part
think
of
the whole thing ran on belief. And I think people
yeah.
are just starting to lose
And one of the
faith.
worst things for any kind of market, especially a speculative asset and a risk asset like this, is uncertainty. Uncertainty begets fear, and fear begets selling. and it just becomes a loop. But yeah, like you said, it has faced death before. The Terra and Luna, major scams, FTX, of course, NFTs, all sorts of things have come and gone, and each time it felt like, oh, this is it, this is it. But money kept inevitably coming back, in part because there was no alternative. But this time really does feel different to me.
Yeah, that is the difference. In 2018 was another huge one where I think it lost like 80% of its value.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, well, that was a fun ride.
Yeah.
We weren't even close to the top. Hey guys, we got to take a quick second and talk to you about Shopify. Okay, we are very happy with what we've built here at Ben and Emil Show headquarters, but in the beginning there was a lot of, let's just say there was some doubt. We didn't know exactly what we were doing. We had a lot of what ifs. We had a lot of, well, and a big one was the online store. We were going, how do you even do that? You know, we had people taking care of all that stuff for us at another thing. And thank God we found Shopify, because they could not make it easier on us. To create an online
idiots
store
like
to
us.
start selling. Oh yeah.
Shopify is the commerce platform behind our business and also millions of other businesses around the world. And get this, 10% of all e-commerce in the US. You can get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style. Whether you're uploading new products or trying to improve existing ones, you can accelerate your efficiency because Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that can write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. Best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. You are never going to be alone because they've got award-winning 24-hour support.
Oh, and we've taken advantage of it. All right. So it's time to turn those what ifs into cha-ching with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/Baze. That's BAES. Go to shopify.com/Baze. That's shopify.com/Baze, BAES.
So on to Michael Saylor, the what's his thing? MicroStrategy, or just strategy now. He's now down $10 billion on MicroStrategy's holdings.
Volatility was a gift to the faithful. It scares away the tourist. It scares away the lazy. It scares away the people that are already conventionally rich, that have all the money. If you're a 20-something or a 30-something and you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to spend 100 hours or 200 hours, if you have more time than money, then the volatility of Bitcoin is a gift to you. If you have more money than time, and you're arrogant and egotistical and you just pick the obvious, then if the volatility goes away, you buy Bitcoin. If people in the rest of the world knew what I know and they understood and they agreed with me, Bitcoin would go to $10 million tomorrow. And if Bitcoin went to $10 million tomorrow, I want you to think about how you would feel and how your viewers would feel, because you would lose 20 years of stacking opportunity during which you get to buy at less than $10 million. So the difference between $10 million and 100,000, that's what you give up if the volatility goes away and people start to agree with you.
Okay, wow. I love that little camera shift in the middle of there. It adds an air of drama to it.
Said the guy who's down $10 billion on Bitcoin.
Dude, he looks like
if you guys knew what I knew,
if you know what I know.
I also think that's his point is perfect. It's like, yeah, if everyone believed like you did, Bitcoin probably would be super high. But your problem is everyone's lost faith in it, pal.
And the lower it goes, he's got debt covenants that he's got to pay. And he's got so many different, it's so convoluted. It's like Enron on steroids. He's got MicroStrategy. He's got something, it's like strategy income ETF. He's got all sorts of, I think there's like 6 different ones now where he claims to be able to pay dividends, like absurd, I think like 10% dividends, which is insane. And it's all funded by borrowed money that he then uses to buy Bitcoin. And that makes the price of Bitcoin go up, which then makes their holdings more valuable, which he can then borrow against again and just keep the flywheel going. The
Yeah,
problem,
he's like a Ponzi scheme based on a Ponzi scheme. It's like
yeah.
it's going to run out at some point.
Well, he assures everybody that that's not the case and that that's loser talk. But everybody else with eyes and a brain can see that, and it is interesting because it hasn't happened yet. But the lower Bitcoin goes, the more likely it is that those debt holders will call the damn cows to come home or the chickens to roost or whatever colorful metaphor you
It's
want to
usually
use.
chickens coming home to roost.
The chickens coming home to
You
roost.
usually do something till the cows come home,
Oh, right.
or your chickens come home to roost.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, it's gonna. For a minute there, when it looked like it was just gonna go straight to zero, I hate to be bleak, but I was like, Michael Saylor's gonna kill himself.
Is
He's
this a
totally
good?
gonna do it.
Is this a good tweet? Me doing something till the cows come home. Yes, fuck yes, this rocks. The chickens coming home to roost. Oh, what the fuck? This sucks.
I think you need to workshop that a little bit more.
Sure. Okay.
Uh, Man, but he looks like shit in that video. He kind of looks like if Ethan Hawke had a more like fucked up nerdy brother, you know? A less
Nathan
attractive.
Hawk.
Yeah, Nathan Hawke. He's like Nathan Hawke, which is basically, yeah, Ethan backward kind of. Not really. Yeah, the more I
You'll
think
get
about
there.
that, yeah. Well, and then the other one,
That's
Tom
2
Lee.
strikes. We both just took big swings and got big misses. So if there's one more, we have to end the pod. Sorry.
Yeah. And the other big one is Tom Lee, who I fucking hate him now. Fuck that guy. Tom Lee, who always looks like shit when he's on television. He always
And
looks disheveled,
he was basically doing his own micro strategy, but
but with
based on
Ethereum.
ETH.
Yeah. And he really speed ran losing money. He's already down $8 billion. He was buying it at the top. He's been buying it still. He was predicting that Ethereum would hit 10,000 per coin by the end of January, just a couple months ago when it was at 3,000. He still thinks that it's the future. I think that he's probably terrified. I think every night when he goes to bed, his cortisol levels are getting hijacked. I mean, both
The,
guys.
the crypto thing in general is just like needs to be studied. The like behavioral changes of people when things are good, it's like they've never experienced a downturn.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I'm the smartest guy in the world. I created this fucking company and all we do is print money because Bitcoin or Ethereum, it's never coming back down. My
Yeah.
life's, I'm going to live forever. And then
Yeah.
it's just like, how many times do you have to go through this?
Yeah. I mean, what I was just saying about all the different forms of investment vehicles that Michael Saylor himself has made is one more piece of the puzzle, which is that a big part of what made Bitcoin alluring is its limited supply. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins that can be mined over the next, 80 years. But ironically, because of its mass adoption now, especially by Wall Street and especially by the big banks and institutions that it was created to in response to, Bitcoin's entire ethos was anti-bank, anti-institution. And now that the banks and institutions have their grubby little mutts on it or mitts on it, um, that 21 million supply is utterly meaningless because now you've got all these derivative products on top of it where, whereas one Bitcoin is 100,000 and one Bitcoin can be traded, 10 different ETFs can be traded on top of it instead of that one Bitcoin. You
Yeah.
can buy you can buy any number of Bitcoin ETFs. You can buy MicroStrategy. You can buy one of MicroStrategy's offshoots. You can do any number of things except buy Bitcoin itself, rendering the argument for its scarcity totally fucking meaningless.
And
It's ridiculous.
that also plays into what I was talking about earlier about the narrative stuff, where
Yeah.
it's not a great pitch when you're like, hey, we're the new punk rock crypto project. Please also make sure to buy our ETF at Schwab if you want to take part in all this. It's just, the whole thing is falling by the wayside. The other thing too about the narrative is that this whole FOMO thing has also kind of gone away, where if you're someone like me and the pitch is like, hey, buy in, you're going to be sorry.
Yeah.
Well, sorry about what? I mean, people used to buy in at like $1,000, even if $10,000. Okay. It has to go to 50K for you to 5X your money. This thing has to hit $500,000 if I want to 5X my money.
Yeah. Well, it's going to 10 million, dude.
Right.
And that's another issue I've always had with that. It's like, if Bitcoin were to go to 10 million per coin or 1 million per coin, it doesn't make sense to me how there would be that many more multi-millionaires and billionaires because of it. Like, there's not enough room. There's not that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It like fundamentally does not make sense.
So like if I have one Bitcoin, I have $1 million. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, this also, you would also have to be able to exit your position for that to even be true.
Exactly.
There's no way all of these people are going to be able to, yeah, none of this makes sense.
It doesn't. Well, then you venture into it's going to be our main source of currency. And it's like, you guys have been saying that for so fucking long. You've been railing against precious metals instead, or gold is useless, silver's useless. This digital gold is where it's at. And it's like, no, man, it's had its chance to prove itself so many times, and it has failed at each point.
I do want to say though, the one thing that it has proven itself is that at least up until now, it always comes back.
That is true.
I agree with here's the thing. It's so hard for me to talk about this because I agree with all the people who are like, this time is different. Yeah. But I've also said that about basically every downturn.
Same.
Like, I've been like, well, no, FTX though, this implosion, this means it's different. This is an institutional player. This guy was on stage with Bill Clinton. I'm telling you, this whole thing is done.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, like, if you go onto a Bitcoin or crypto subreddit, it's hard to not buy into the guys who are, because there's a lot of freakouts. There's obviously a lot of people who put too much of their money into this shit, which you shouldn't do. I obviously have been public about the fact that I started buying a little bit of Bitcoin, but if it all goes to zero, it will be okay. It'll be annoying, but it'll be okay. Obviously, I mean, I've it halved and it's fine. So those people are freaking out, but there's obviously a ton of people who are doing the thing of, guys, we've been here before. It's like, what? It feels very similar to me with the, I'm a bit of I don't really identify as one, but I basically do the the Bogleheads, the investing strategy.
Yeah, for Vanguard, the creator's name is Bogle. Last name is Bogle.
I basically do that. Like, their whole, if you don't know, Bogle he was the founder of Vanguard, and basically his whole ethos was that you're not going to beat the market. Like, 90% of people don't beat the market. Don't pretend like you're better than that. Just buy into
low cost index funds.
Exactly. And that's what I do. And every time, you've seen a couple blips, nothing like this, obviously, nothing like a 40 to 50% downturn with the market. Obviously that would be catastrophic. But you see people who are like, oh man, I'm so smart, I just Boglehead my way through. But every time there's a blip, there's people going like, and then someone steps in and is like, guys, this is exactly why you do it, because you're immune to these. On a
Yeah.
long enough timeline, you're immune. And on a long enough timeline, so far, it seems like Bitcoin comes back.
And I think that there's something to be said for when the market goes through its cycles and it goes risk off and all the risk assets go down. Obviously, Bitcoin goes with it, but when inevitably the cycle returns back to risk on, and when I say risk, I'm talking about shit like the quantum stocks, where they might make money in some far off future, but for now it's just a story. That capital that's out there eventually makes its way. Who knows what it'll be? Who knows what the next cycle will be? Maybe it'll be robotics, maybe it'll be space, solar panels, but part of that inevitably includes Bitcoin and crypto. So I do think, barring some catastrophic, drop in it, which causes entities like MicroStrategy to have to liquidate in order to pay back their creditors, I don't think that it's necessarily going to zero, but I think that it could still drop quite a bit from here. But who knows? Speaking of just all of this crap, and we were talking about young people gambling on Kalshi and shit. We
Dude,
got to
that's
talk.
what. Why would people not? I mean, that's where all the energy is going. I mean,
Oh yeah,
just look at Super Bowl ads.
yeah.
The whole thing is just AI and Polymarket. I mean, we didn't even did we mention the insider trading on the Super Bowl who was just like
Every
going like,
single thing.
yeah.
Yeah. No, we haven't mentioned that, but that's part of why this whole thing is just such a joke and such a scam, and I think that that's going to end up being part of its downfall, because that's ridiculous and insane that someone with insider knowledge can just openly make a fucking
Forget
thing like that.
forget crypto. You're not going to get rich off crypto. You need to start strategizing how you're going to put yourself in a position where you will have niche insider info.
Well, and then what's
That's the real way to
yeah,
generational wealth. If you want to
but
set your kids up, that's how you got
yeah,
to do it.
you can also get fucked, because like, if Polymarket or Kalshi decides to get hung up on the minutia of it. For example, I think one of them was like, will Cardi B,
Yeah,
who was it? Was it Cardi B?
it was Will Cardi because he was betting on like who would be surprise guest performers.
Yeah.
And I think he had Cardi B, but Cardi B didn't sing; she was just dancing. And they were
Yeah.
like, "Well, she's actually not a performer in that case." Yeah, it's similar to when the guy made all the money off of calling that Venezuela would be invaded, and then Kalshi or Polymarket was like, "Well, I don't know if we can actually call this an invasion. This was more
Yeah.
of a small scale incursion. We would actually take kidnapping as well." Yeah,
Well,
you do really have to be careful what you wish for, though.
yeah.
I think as someone who's been calling for the end of crypto, it definitely hurts that you think the end of crypto is going to be like. Everyone's figured it out that this is a lie, and we're actually building a much stronger economy that's built on real tangible things. And then it's like, no, we're just betting. We're actually, the White House press secretary just made a boatload of money by ending her conference early. And it's like, okay, good.
God, it's so fucking disgusting. And now, so one of the big stories that came out in the last week was, how do you say his name? Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The basketball player Giannis Antetokounmpo.
There you go. He plays for
Come
the
on,
Milwaukee
man.
Bucks, and there was speculation that he was going to leave the Milwaukee Bucks, and he leaned into it by kind of teasing that there was a big announcement that was going to come, and that caused the betting markets to go nuts, and everybody's speculating. I think $20 million worth of bets were placed, something like that, over 20 million. And then his big reveal is that he's investing in Kalshi, the very platform that allows people to bet on every single aspect of NBA games that he plays in. that is a major conflict of interest that I'm shocked the NBA commissioner hasn't what's his name?
Oh,
Adam Silver hasn't
you're
uh
surprised the NBA commissioner, the guy who's just let gambling completely fuck out his entire sport.
true, but I mean they used to be so strict with things. I mean, I don't know. I really hope that there's enough backlash that they'll force him to.
But here's the problem. What is the backlash? You're also taking away people's livelihoods. Okay, there's only like 3 jobs left. It's like Uber driver, um,
Better.
poly market, prediction market better,
Yeah. And then
and
what's the
email
third?
job.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like porn.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, OnlyFans, email job,
Yeah.
poly market prediction analyst, and maybe those are the 3.
Yeah, it
So I
sucks.
mean, are we really gonna kill people's jobs? I thought we were trying to be job creators here.
Well, and if that is the case, why don't you just bet on whether or not you're gonna have a job? And then you can make money when you get laid off by having correctly hedged. It's insurance. It's a form of insurance.
That I like.
Yeah. Uh, well, so the other thing that AI is potentially killing is software. And first of all, man, you remember? So you know Figma,
Did I do it?
Figma nuts or something? What are you gonna Figma? That's what I always thought Figma was like. I didn't know. Anytime someone mentioned it, I'm like, you mean, are you doing a Ligma thing here? What are you doing? Do it. What were you gonna do?
Fig my balls on your nuts.
Figma balls on your nuts?
Fig my balls on your nuts. Hey, excuse me. I fig my balls on your nuts. Me at an orgy. Excuse me. I fig my balls on your nuts.
I feel so bad for Figma insiders who have been. Imagine you've worked at Figma 6 years, something like that, and you've
Okay, I'm
worked your
thinking
way up.
about it.
You've been putting all of your. You've been deciding to take stock instead of a salary increase because you're like that payday's coming. We're a hot ticket. We're gonna IPO. It's gonna be smooth sailing for the rest of my life. It's gonna be like Nvidia. I'm gonna be like an Nvidia shareholder. Well, Figma debuted at $84, spiked all the way up to about 142. That was in August. And now the stock is at $22 a share. And these poor insiders who could not sell had to just watch as all of their equity that they've accumulated over the years just disappear.
Unbelievable. I don't.
It's
I.
bad.
I'm not. I know I'm not like psychologically built for something like that. I mean, you would be spending months being like, I'm I'm gonna be set for
Yeah.
life. My
That's
whole
like,
life is gonna be fine, and it's gonna
dude,
be awesome.
I had people like that when I worked at BuzzFeed who thought that, who were like, "Oh man, I got stock, and one of these days we're gonna IPO or we're gonna sell to a bigger company." And I was like, I don't know about you guys, but we're like the valuation, the peak was like $1.5 billion, and I was like, there's no way in hell it's worth any more than this. If anything, we are extremely overvalued. And I didn't buy any of mine. And then by the time they did IPO, it was way too late. And same thing, it just fucking tanked because nobody wants to buy that piece of shit company. Stupid. Man, oh, what a tragedy. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes stock is not the way to go. And I know people that worked there for 10 years and just accumulated and accumulated, and it all was for fucking nothing.
I mean,
But
it's
still,
tough. It's tough. It's also tough to know. I think BuzzFeed is probably a bit of an easier one. But I'm sure the good people at Figma thought they were making the smart choice there.
yeah. So what happened in the last couple weeks is basically Anthropic, which is a competitor to OpenAI, their LLM is called Claude. and it has clearly taken the lead. It's like the favorite in the entire AI race, aside from like Google, which is obviously right up there with Gemini.
Yeah, I
Um,
do think people have turned a corner on Gemini, and now it
yeah,
went from being a joke to now a lot of people's preferred model.
especially because it's free, and which is,
Yeah.
I mean, Google can basically starve the competition by offering theirs for free, forcing the competitors to lower their prices and just eat up their cash and make their margins dog shit. But so Anthropic released this Claude Cowork, which enables people to assign agents, AI agents, to do shit, to do tasks with easy, natural language.
It's
Uh,
basically like because so many coders were using it as a little agent, and now it's
Mhm.
becoming like it's like for people with
Mainstream.
just a regular ass email job, they're like,
Yeah.
hey, now you got your own little assistant, and he knows all the kinds of things you want to do, and he can just go do it for you.
Yeah. So they had these new plugins that were released about a week ago that can review legal contracts, perform industry specific functions. And then there was an update to its model last Thursday that enhanced capabilities for financial analysis. And so the software industry, which prior to this was untouchable, I mean, their moat was so wide. They had such fat, good margins. $1.2 trillion industry, all of their stocks, you name it, it's down precipitously from their all-time highs. Intuit, Atlassian, Salesforce, Adobe, ServiceNow, Cloudflare, all these things, all these companies that you've probably never heard of because they're
Did Mondays survive?
Monday.com did not survive. Well, it's not that they're out of business, but
I
they're
know.
down to $77 a share from a high of like 350.
Wow.
Everybody's just been taken to the
Won't
woods.
someone think of Asana?
Asana's also been absolutely fucking murked.
I'm sure
Everybody.
everyone. I'm sure everyone who has worked at some kind of corporate job is happy to see these companies floundering.
Well,
Just your middle manager being like, and did you mark it off on Asana so the team knows it's done?
I
Hey, why
remember,
don't I mark my brain out of my head with a bullet, pal?
yeah. I remember having to use, I don't even remember what it was, some fucking project tracking software, and I never was able to use it. It just was never that intuitive, and I just ended up fucking saying, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm just not. Um, but so everybody's freaking out. Everybody's calling for the end of software because now, why do you need software when you can just have a bespoke AI agent that you can drum up with a vibe code and have it do everything that that thing did for a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of the price? Well, it's appealing for a good headline and it's enough to spook the markets, but there's been a massive defense of these things, and the biggest defender, the highest profile defender was, of course, Jensen Huang, who's the NVIDIA CEO. And yeah, last Tuesday he was at a conference in San Francisco, and he said it's the most illogical thing in the world, this idea that the software industry is in decline and will be replaced by AI. And he's not the only one. So there was a JP Morgan analyst who put out a note to investors saying that the expectation that every company will hereby write and maintain a bespoke product to replace every layer of mission critical enterprise software they have ever deployed is essentially asinine. Because things move slowly in the corporate world. It takes forever for these things to for new things to get implemented. Least of all software like this. It's not the real effects of this will be delayed for years and years. Uh, the software, all of this stuff has proprietary shit that you can't just whip up with a couple lines of prompting with an AI. They've also got industry experience. They've got know-how. They've got real customer service representatives that if there's a bug or if there's a problem, you can contact them and it'll get worked out. Uh, sure, there's like smaller, scrappier startups that can implement this stuff and save the money that they would otherwise pay to like Asana and shit. But no large corporation is implementing anything like this. And even so, to that point, funny enough, Anthropic and OpenAI are themselves customers of some of these very uh, of these software companies that we're talking about. So that just speaks to how it's totally effing over.
Damn, the vibe coders are checking things off on Asana and Mondays.com.
Why do you keep calling it Mondays? It's Monday. Mondays.com. I hate
Wait,
all these software stocks though. Like, what the fuck does it even do?
but that's my question is, I agree with your take there, but these are some pretty massive drops we're seeing. Do you think you're going to see these companies recover from this, or
Yes, I think so for sure. Because I think the market is now pricing in. The market is repricing all of these things. Because they're all part of this same basket of software as a service or SaaS stocks, and they all generally have a certain kind of multiple attributed to their earnings, however much, 20x their earnings, 30x, and the stock should represent future cash flows. Like, I'm being very, very rudimentary here. And with these revelations in potential disruption, that means that the market has to totally reconfigure and re-rate these stocks, and it doesn't know yet. It kind of, you got to wait to see how everything shakes out. It could be years, it could be several quarters for them to see, like, okay, is there going to be an effect in the near term? Or actually, there's a huge possibility that all these AI advances are actually going to be beneficial to these software companies. Because maybe internally, they may be able to implement AI tools that will give them better margins, save money, shit like that. But that obviously remains to be seen. One of the big ones that I think is being overlooked is cybersecurity, because with the increase in AI agents being proliferated across corporations and on the internet and stuff comes increased security issues and potential problems. And one of the cybersecurity stocks are essentially software stocks, and they've suffered quite a bit. So I think that could be interesting. I bought a few of those.
also one of the funny things we forgot to mention about crypto was, I don't know how much this played into it, but the cybersecurity stuff regarding quantum computing, and some people thinking, well, if
Oh, right.
quantum computing is just a little bit
Inevitable.
away, then
Yeah.
all my Bitcoin is completely useless, because they're going to be able to, I don't even know, break my encryption and steal all my Bitcoin.
Yeah. Which is so funny because, like, if that would make it useless, then why hack it in the first place to take it? You know?
Yeah, it's like a real
Ouroboros. It's a snake eating its own asshole. How stupid do you have to be a snake eating your own tail, by the way?
well,
Dumbass. You don't feel it? You don't feel that, oh, this is my own fucking tail? You deserve to die if you're moron. God, what a stupid moron snake.
do you feel that way about dogs chasing their own tails?
No, because they're not gonna choke on it and keep on swallowing it until they inevitably choke.
They might. I've seen some pretty stupid dogs.
Yeah, I actually have two. Um, well, to round out the software thing, uh, man, so just between Google, Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, and Tesla, their combined spending on AI is about $600 billion for 2026. Which
That's
is
just a
way
little.
higher. That's so they're now spending more than they are going to be taking in collectively, which is a big deal. Um, and one effect of that, all of that demand for AI infrastructure and build out and shit is causing memory costs to spike,
Yeah,
which is then going to affect uh, things like laptops, iPhones, all that shit, all the memory that goes into there, gaming computers, gaming consoles, causing memory prices to spike, which is going to eventually affect consumer demand for those products, which could adversely, it's kind of the same kind of thing where this demand for AI is going to cause something else. Something else has to give. AI causing memory prices to spike. Well, that causes demand for certain products to drop, which will be bad. And all these companies are going to be spending so much money, and I don't.
I'll tell you what, it's enough to make me glad I got in early on a nice piece of digital land where the getting's good in there. I'll tell you what.
I remember people buying plots of land for like $1 million fucking dollars, and I was pissed off.
Yeah, it's a very scary psychological thing too, because I remember even deep within my core being so against all this and being like, this is fucking stupid. But even just the smallest bit, there was the smallest bit of me that was like, am I fucking my whole life up because I
Yeah.
have no digital land?
I remember seeing it. There was one called like Crypto Land or something. And I was like, why would anybody buy into this specific one? It's assuming that that's going to be the one place where everybody convenes in the metaverse. But isn't the metaverse potentially like unlimited?
That
Why would I? Of
it doesn't make any sense.
course it doesn't. It's fucking stupid.
That I mean, all of this forced scarcity is just like a ridiculous thing. I mean, even Bitcoin, the whole thing is because they're like, but there's only this many. And it's like,
Yeah.
why? And they're like, because we made it like that.
Because Satoshi, God bless him, God rest his soul.
It is crazy that Jeffrey Epstein was Satoshi, though.
God. I think the real Satoshi's long dead.
Sure, yeah. I hope not. I hope at least I hope he at least got to live it up a little.
And see his wallet be worth $100 billion.
Right. I guess he's never sold.
No, not a single one that we know of. I mean, because he might have had other wallets that contained some. Or he just lost his password, and man, that would fucking stink.
Wouldn't it be fun? That would be beautiful if Satoshi was just kind of roaming this world.
Ugh.
What if Satoshi was the guy who maybe it was like in the UK somewhere where he was basically just like going through junkyards looking for his hard drive that had
hard drive. My hard drive, it's in the dump, right? My hard drive's in the dump. It's got about, I don't know, something like 1,000 bitcoins in it, right? And I can't remember my password, number one, but I got to find the fucking thing too. And it's probably under some shit, Fuck. I
again.
could be out there with honeys and driving a sports car, but instead I'm looking for Uber because I can't find my hard drive because my mum threw it out with me old knickers. My old knickers had holes in them, and she thought my hard drive was also trash. So,
And that's why we always advocate against knicker-shaped hard drives, because you never know what's going to happen when your mom comes in.
he shouldn't have hid his hard drive in his underwear drawer. But one of the funniest things I think in the whole AI thing right now is that NVIDIA already has backed off of they had committed. They got so funny with the language because just a few months ago the headline was they are going to spend $100 billion on OpenAI. They're going to invest $100 billion, and then quietly over the last couple weeks they said, "Oh no, that was just a verbal potential commitment. We might invest up to $100 billion." We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
Why would we do that?
Why would we do that?
Are
No,
we
we didn't say
stupid?
that we are going to invest $100 billion. We said that we might commit up to $100 billion, and that's making everybody kind of laughing at Sam Altman, and it's good for Anthropic because everybody liking the cloud.
Everyone likes Claude.
Everybody like cloud.
Everyone's laughing at the Anthropic commercials that are making fun of oh god, dude. Sam Altman's tweet too, responding to the ads about
I watched it. I thought it was funny, but I don't understand why they would do that.
it's just like a guy It's the like, please don't put in the newspaper that I got owned. Like, it's just like a guy like, oh, you think you've owned me, but actually that's not even statistically relevant. And it's like, oh, dude, we're gonna pull your freaking pants down and push you down a hill or something. It's just like no one cares. You said you did. You were on record talking about how putting ads onto the models would be like a last ditch effort, and here you are putting ads onto the models. Just take your freaking spankings, man.
Yeah. I mean, when is Nvidia? Let's see when Nvidia. I think they report their earnings any day now. Oh yeah, it'll be the end of February. That'll be a big. That is a major market moving event. That is, what's the word for earthquakes?
In Greek?
It's a tectonic potential something
sure.
event. By the way, yesterday at the costume fitting for this commercial, all of a sudden everybody's phones start going off, and they all just grab their phones and they're like, "Okay, we got to leave." And I was like, well, what's going on?
Ooh, you had a Mexico City earthquake.
Yeah, but there was no earthquake, and I was only wearing one shoe.
I've been a few times, and I've felt a couple, and I remember one specifically coming home pretty drunk and laying in bed and being like, whoa, I didn't. And then like hearing my friend in the other room being like, are you feeling that? And it was probably the longest earthquake I'd ever felt. It just shook us for a while.
Damn.
Hard to go to sleep after that.
Yeah. Well, folks, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. We'll be going into the bonus now. My stomach kind of feels better, which is good.
Do you think it's me? Do you think laughter's the best medicine?
I think it's Coca-Cola Light.
I mean, some bubbles are going to settle the stomach.
Yeah. It's certainly not this shit. I hate this. Bonafont.
Oh, that's the diarrhea water. That's the one they sell to tourists.
The one that gives you diarrhea?
You bought Bonafont?
Yeah.
You're cooked, dude.
No, I've had so much of it. It's good.
That's probably why you got the Hershey squirts, man.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll be back to our normal programming next week with us.
And keep an eye out for Ben's big beer commercial.
I'll let everybody know. You know I will. And I'll give more details in the bonus.
Oh.
Yeah. Just
exclusive.
Just a little bit, so.
Bye, guys. We love ya.
Coming up on this week's episode of BenandEmilShow.com.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at what the camera's doing to him. He can't.
I was like, I want to look good. I want to look thin, at least in my face, you know. So I did a water fast.
What is a water fast?
It's where you consume 0 calories. You can only have water, coffee, without any sweeteners or anything.
Dude, that's not good for you.
It is. It's okay to do once every once in a while. I broke my fast with 4 tacos.
Wait, then what's the point of even doing this?
Because it does slim you out for like... But then, yeah, I've got today off, and then it's tomorrow. But I'm also not going to get chubby in a day. Although I did, yeah.
But if you can get thin in a day, why can't you get chubby in a day?
Fuck you. I don't.
I mean, this is like high school girl shit of like.
They make each one seem so dire and so serious. This one says, clavicular almost caught a career-ending cortisol spike after a LARP-maxed Stacy tried Jesterfying him on a stream by calling him a good boy while he was mid-mog between 2 low-tier Morbies. I don't understand what it means.
Jesters are being foids or whatever. I was like, what are these words?
Yeah, I like this one. Clavicular was mid-jester gooning when a group of foids came and spiked his cortisol levels. Is ignoring the foids while munting and mogging moids more useful than SMV Chad fishing in the club?
I think that's the one. I think that's the one that I saw the quote tweet of. I was like, wow, I did not know how deep this goes.